At your job, do you ever have to deal with a nose roller? How about a snub pulley? Well, if you're installing a new conveyor belt system, dealing with the different components can sound like you're speaking a foreign language. Luckily, you've got a team ready to help. Grainger's technical product specialists are fluent in maintenance, repair, and operations. So whenever you want to talk shop, just reach out. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Bought it like a back road on B105, Northland's number one for New Country. It's Ken and Lauren. It's Wednesday. I can't wait for this today.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren's Love Advice, where 7 signs your significant other is an emotional vampire. Coming
Correct.
Up this morning. Don't miss
you got to do some, Halloween-themed love advice here, so.
Right.
Just saying.
There's a lot of energy vampires out there, too. Now, I don't know if it's different than emotional vampires, but energy vampires. Mm-hmm. If you haven't ever seen it, you've got to go right now on
Things
YouTube.
We Do in the Shadows?
Yep, Things We Do in the Shadows, and watch, and just type in energy vampire and watch that, and then everybody will have a coworker that is that person.
Yes, correct.
Energy vampire.
We all have them. I just want to clarify.
B105, it's Breakfast Club with Ken and Lauren. Lauren wore a shirt yesterday, a sweatshirt that was Austin, Texas.
Yes, I did.
I almost called you Dasha.
Please do.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, we got the B105 Buzz. You ready for this? Brought to you by East Central Energy, member-owned, homegrown, community-focused since 1936.
Don't call me Dasha, but I do like that song.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can. I won't answer to it, though, So anyways, I'm going to go first because we could all use a laugh. And in early 2025, Joe Coy is going to be in Duluth. He just hosted the Golden Globes, and I went and watched his monologue again because he kind of got ripped apart because the audience didn't laugh at one of his jokes, and he's like, I didn't write that joke. The writers did or something, and some people are mad. But he is funny. He is going to be here in January, and there is a special pre-sale where you can get tickets ahead of time starting today at 10 a.m.
Okay,
and then they go on sale Thursday. So
I don't know much of Joe Coy's stuff, but I've heard about him, though.
Yeah, so Saturday, January 25th.
Okay. Mark your date, or mark your calendar for that date.
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay. I'm going to mention this real quick. Minnesota's got, we've talked about this before, but that helium deposit up in Babbitt, they've just done more testing on it, and it's looking even more promising. So they are going to start drilling for helium in Minnesota's first commercial helium operation.
Love it.
Very soon. So that's going to be good for the region,
Yeah. I kind of forget that was a thing until you just brought it up. So.
Well, it's big news for those in the helium business. Well, helium is used for like everything, and it's not a renewable resource. And the only way you get it is, it's abundant in space, but you can't get it there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I went to, I'm not going to say the store, and I just said, oh, look at those balloons. And the man snapped at me and was like, we don't have helium.
Yeah,
like,
there's a helium shortage, big time.
I didn't know.
That's why you see all these people that have balloons on a stick now because they can't afford the helium to fill them up.
Oh.
That's why they're doing that,
I guess I didn't. I know now.
Kids, back in the day, we used to have helium everywhere. We had Mylar balloons all the time, every party. You couldn't believe it. I'm serious.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, let's hear B105 Buzz. Coming up for you, Chris Young, Shabuzi, and more next. John Party Night Shift on B105. It's Northland's number one for New Country. I know you're a little touchy about the whole John Party thing.
I am.
Because there's a John Party night at a work thing that Lauren gave away to somebody else.
I didn't give it away. It was Joe Danger's. I'm not going to say what it is. We'll talk about it on the air. But it was Joe Danger. Deserved to go, and I've gone before and whatnot. And he was like, oh, yeah, there's going to be a John party. And I laughed because I'm like, that's what someone would do to really push my buttons. And he was serious.
B105, okay, everyone's been waiting on this. Lauren's Country Lowdown. Garth Brooks recently addressed the elephant in the room in his live weekly Facebook sessions.
Yep, so he always does these on Wednesday nights, I think it is. So he hopped on Facebook Live. It was called Inside Studio G, as always. And it's the first time that he's spoken directly to fans about everything that has happened. Last week, he was accused of a lot of very triggering things. You can go read about it, b105country.com. And he did issue like a formal response through, his publicist into the media. But this was just him. He addressed the charges that he's facing at the very beginning. He said he couldn't speak too much, obviously, because it's an actively developing lawsuit, right? But he said, a lot's happened in the last 2 weeks. I want to address it. He said, it's on. It's going to happen. He said that the lawsuit is likely to be a really long process. He says, people are telling me it could be up to 2 years. He said, let's all take a deep breath, settle in, hold hands, and take a trip together. It's something we can't talk about. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I was watching Entertainment Tonight.
You want Entertainment Tonight.
Well, it's like on after the news, and I don't get a chance to change it, and then they get me with the first story. Mm-hmm. They're talking about Garth Brooks, and some of the messages that they supposedly that the accuser has, I don't know. It seems, and then the fact that it's I think the lawyer is the same lawyer for the woman that bringing charges against P. Diddy. Mm-hmm. So I think that's kind of what spun this to happen now.
Interesting. Yeah, like a lot of people were wondering, like, okay, why did this happen now? You know, why? But, you know, he can't talk about it. Right. And hopefully the truth will come out.
Well, I hope so, and we'll see what happens there. There's going to be more to the story no matter what, I think, on both sides.
And, you know, when it comes to both sides, and I want to be, like, I'm not going to say this didn't happen because we don't know and we want to believe people, but, yeah, it's just once something is out there, whether, you know, let's say that maybe it's not true and that comes out later down the line, there's still going to be people that think, oh, it's true no matter what.
Well, or vice versa. They say once the genie's out of the bottle, you know, it doesn't even matter.
Right.
Put it back in.
Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, you can read more about that. He also talked about the charity work that he was just doing in Minnesota, his Las Vegas residency, all that. But let's move on to a happier topic, Jelly Roll. He is opening up about his new album, which comes out this Friday, Beautifully Broken. He sat down to talk to Evan Paul from Taste of Country Nights. He says there's a lot of storytelling on this album, which might surprise people. He said he wrote 100 songs, maybe 150, and he whittled it down. So he said that one of them that he absolutely never wavered from is called Bad Apples. And he said it was inspired by his fans. So I'm excited to hear that song.
I thought Whitson Chapel's last album just came out, but I realized that was last summer. It's been out that long.
Yeah, so he has a new album out, like I said, this Friday. And apparently it has 22 songs, but he's never confirmed that. So.
Okay, well, for this Friday, Wolf and 10 Laugh Off.
Oh, do we ever have the 7-10 Laugh Off? You won yesterday.
I'm confident today. Look at that.
I mean, I don't know if it's confidence. I was just excited.
Okay.
So, you get to decide who goes first.
You go first today.
Okay. Ken, what is a monster's favorite dessert? Leeches and Scream.
Gross.
Yeah, that is gross.
Ooh.
That is gross.
Lauren, I met a girl who runs a battery kiosk at the park. She sells sea cells by the seesaw. Okay.
Nice. Ken, why did the witch have to go to the hospital? She had a dizzy spell.
That was a good one.
Thank you. I know. I was excited.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
Lauren, I opened a religious trampolining club. Profits are through the roof.
Okay, don't hurt yourself laughing at your own joke. That was good. Oh, man, I had a really good joke for my third joke.
Save it for tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. We do this every single day at 7:10, so
right.
I think it's fine.
We got to save them when we need to. Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. Profits are through the roof.
Proud of you.
You can tell that one at church this Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay. The pastor.
Just credit Ken, of course.
Well, that's okay. 7:11 at B105, we've got your brain teaser question coming up, and then at 7:40, we're going to talk about Lauren's love advice, and if you're with a emotional vampire.
This is true.
It's the spooky season, and so is Lauren's love advice.
Everything has a spooky twist, you know?
It's 7:40 this morning. You're at B105. B105 Breakfast Club, Ken and Lauren. Here we go. Your brain teaser question. You want to go over yesterday's quick in case you missed the answer, and it was...
25% of people say they do this every Halloween, and the answer was pretend they aren't home.
Okay. So today, your chance to win some Papa Murphy's Pizza.
This is like so easy. I don't really know why I thought that this was like a good question. I don't know. I guess I thought it was cute. But which fairy tale really made pumpkins popular?
Put pumpkins on the map.
Exactly.
I don't know that the pumpkins needed help.
A pumpkin is a big part of this, I guess you should say. So.
Sure. Okay. 727-B105.
Sometimes we just need an easy question, lots to do.
Let's hope we get this one. Which fairy tale popularized pumpkins? Easy for me to say. 727-B105. Take a guess at it. You can win Papa Murphy's Pizza Prize Pack right now with Justin. B105 Breakfast Club, Kid and Lauren. Okay, we got your brain teaser question. Lauren, take it away.
I can't even take myself seriously. Which fairy tale made pumpkins popular? I don't know if this is true, but we'll just go with it.
Yeah, well, somebody needed to make them popular, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's go to the phone, see what we got here, and take some guesses. Which fairy tale made pumpkins popular? All right. Hi, B105, what do you think?
Is it Cinderella?
Cinderella, yeah, because you're going to turn into a pumpkin if she's not back. What time was it? She had to be back by?
Isn't it midnight?
Is it midnight?
Midnight, yeah.
Yeah, but that's a pretty late curfew if you think about it.
I would agree.
Who can stay up that late?
No, you're not going to sleep in beauty, Lauren.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, what's your name?
Amanda.
Amanda, congratulations. You got some Papa Murphy's.
Awesome.
Yeah, all right. Hang on a second.
Thanks.
It's been a long time since I've seen the original Cinderella.
Well, they've remade it a few times, haven't they?
Yeah, this is the original scene. I was pulling it up where was the fairy godmother? Is that her name?
I think so.
She's the one that turns a pumpkin into a carriage. Remember that part?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Remember this song?
Put them together, and what have you got?
It's kind of creepy. You see the pumpkin jumping around, running around like that. It's like a horror movie.
They just don't make them like that anymore.
No.
It's a little fuzzy.
And the little rats, or the mice. Not the rats, sorry.
Yeah.
Mice. And the pumpkin is looking like it's possessed now. Yeah, I'd be scared too.
I would be scared too.
Well, the dog and the horse there, like, what's going on here? There's witchcraft happening. There goes the mice running. And it's doing a play-by-play of Cinderella right now. That's where I'm at in my career.
Well, maybe we could watch.
Yeah, and then it turns into a carriage.
Put it on in the break room, and then we can report back tomorrow.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good place to end it.
B105,
we're looking at your weather forecast up next. And then, as your partner, as your significant other, an emotional vampire.
Right.
Dun, dun, dun.
You're going to find out.
We'll find out at 7:40 here this morning on B105. B105, it's Breakfast Club with Ken and Lauren. Good morning, 7:40, and we've got Lauren's love advice. It's kind of a spooky love advice today because it is the spooky season, right?
Well, it has to be.
So we're talking about signs that 7 signs that your significant other is an emotional vampire.
Yes, and there's many more than 7 signs, but, So, first and foremost...
I'm using little spooky music here.
I love it. What defines an emotional vampire? It's basically just... a person that you're around that drains your energy. They're focused on their own emotional needs, and they don't really care about you. You feel drained when you are done hanging out with them, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
that's not good.
There's lots of signs that you might be in a relationship with one, but I would say the top 7 is, first and foremost, you feel drained after you spend time with them. Like, you like them, but you're also just exhausted.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
Because you need to be, right. That can't be, you got to relax, right?
Yep, you want to be yourself. It's supposed to be fun.
Right.
They are always the victim. So maybe if they're telling you a story about their day, you notice that they're the victim in the story constantly, or maybe you get in a fight and it's their fault and they're playing the victim.
Well, it kind of happens sometimes.
Yeah. They're extremely needy and clingy.
I think this is the same exact things that I read when I said 7 signs that you're an exhausting person, It's pretty much the same thing. Not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying this common things.
Isn't that the same thing as being an emotional vampire?
I guess so, right, sure.
Yeah.
Well.
They're emotionally unstable.
That's a new one.
They don't respect your boundaries. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Because you got to have boundaries, you know.
Boundaries are what makes the world go round.
They're jealous and possessive. They play the comparison game. And in social situations, they're energy zappers as well. So when you see them out with their friends, they might complain, argue, or make scenes that make everybody uncomfortable. Like I said, there's just like a lot of different signs. If they're
Emotional
manipulative,
vampire.
they don't have empathy.
Sounds like he's a bad person in general.
Yeah, but when you're
with
dating
issues.
one, I mean, that's kind of up to you to you can walk away from that.
Right,
if
before
it's
it's
like
too
a
late.
best friend you've had for 20 years or something like that, it might be a little harder. But if you're just, dating somebody casually,
Cut them loose.
cut them loose.
That's what
Yeah,
Lauren
so
says.
those are just a few of the many sides, but like there's probably 30 or 40. So, but we're not going to go through all them because that's a lot.
I'm looking it up. Signs you are an exhausting person.
Well, isn't that?
It's pretty much the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. So the people with victim mentality, they lack empathy. The one-uppers, where they always go, or the people that they don't listen, they just wait for their turn to talk.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, create unnecessary drama. That's another one on there.
Oh.
So, right? It can be exhausting or emotional vampire. And then there's the energy vampires, and those are people that you just encounter every day at work.
Yeah, energy vampires and emotional vampires. There's a Venn diagram. There's some things that overlap. But energy vampires mean well, but they just
suck the energy right out of you.
They really do. They really
just
do.
a piece of your soul every day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. That's frightening Lauren's love advice.
How fun.
That was great. Okay. 743, B105. How about Luke? Jordan Davis singles you up on B105. It is Breakfast Club with Ken and Lauren. Good morning, 750. And today we are going to be getting to a high of about 59 or so, something like that. But, yeah.
So, you know how I feel about Spirit Halloween.
Passionate, I guess would be the word.
Did you see the news that Spirit Halloween is now going to be transforming into Spirit Christmas?
Oh, wow.
Well, okay, so...
Well, that makes sense. They've already got the location for Halloween.
Yeah, so when I saw this, first of all, I was like, this better not infringe on Spirit Halloween. Of course, we have one in Duluth, but let us have all of October to shine, and then when they close in early November, then you can transform them. But actually, these are going to be separate stores. So the headlines at first kind of made it seem like every Spirit Halloween is going to be a Spirit Christmas. But really, it's only going to be about 10 stores, and they're going to be standalone, and they're going to actually start to open this month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so not going to open in Duluth. Don't worry, we still have our Spirit Halloween, but it's going to be in the eastern part of the country. So like New Jersey, New York, places like that. Maybe they'll expand next year, but you can meet Santa. You can get Christmas decor and all that. But it's just, I like the idea, but I also just think why can't we just let Spirit Halloween shine right now? But I get it,
Yeah, I guess I've seen rumors that back in 1992 they tried to do this. Didn't work out.
It has been a rumor for a while.
Well,
it really has.
I guess they're probably just trying, a couple, these 10 stores as trial.
Like a trial run.
See if it works.
But I did get a little scared because it was Spirit Halloween is transforming into Spirit Christmas. And I'm like, okay, let's just pump the brakes for a second here.
When does Spirit Halloween close in? The day after Halloween?
It's the first few days of November, unfortunately.
Right. Well, and then they pack up and then they look for an abandoned storefront next year.
Yeah, and they're bringing things to the economy, so it's fine. Okay. But anyways, just wanted to share that. You can read more, b105country.com. But I like the idea. I'm not a Grinch or something. But
Lauren used the Spirit Halloween as a storm shelter on her way back from the Twin Cities.
It basically saved my life because I was in a tornado and I just needed somewhere to be. And they had it down. The employees should get raises because they were like, "Well, go into the bathroom."
Did you write a review? Or
no, I didn't.
Google review?
No,
you should do that.
But I should.
Yeah. Well, Spirit Halloween on beat. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Lauren. 7:52. Parmalee gonna look. B105 Breakfast Club. Ken and Lauren. Good morning. It's 8:07, and we have Nicole with us from Animal Allies. And understand you've got a lot of cats on your hands over there, Nicole. Right?
We do. Yeah. When I left yesterday, we had about a little over 30 cats ready to walk out the door on our website looking for homes. So that's kind of everything from, little kittens all the way up to seniors and everything in between, young adults, a very wide mix, tons of different personalities, really playful, a little more laid back and relaxed. So I'd be absolutely shocked if there's somebody out there looking for a cat right now, if they cannot find a good match for them and what they're looking for at Animal Allies.
Yeah, I'm going right now to look at, I didn't know that you can do filters on this stuff to search that, for the size and, all that kind of stuff. That's interesting. Yeah, wow. Guillermo. It's a cute cat. I love some of the names on here.
So cute.
Hemingway. Yeah, I love that.
Hemingway, that's cute. We also should mention that you're an official charity partner for grandmas, and, the races are... A bunch of them are already sold out. So people can choose Animal Allies. You have bibs left for that?
Yes, yep. So if you want to run any of the 3 races and you want to be a charity partner, you can reach out to us. But yeah, specifically if you're looking to get into that sold out 5K or the sold out half marathon, we've got bibs left. It's really fun. You just get to raise money for the shelter and get access to that race. And it's our first year being charity partners, and we've had a lot of people reach out. I think we have getting close to 12 people signed up so far, so we'd love to keep that growing and get a fun community that can kind of help each other out to prepare for the race as 2025 approaches and raise money for the animals.
Yeah, good way to give back and get into the race as well. So,
absolutely. But yes, check out animalallies.net. You can search all the kitties. We've got tons of really sweet ones, some that have been waiting a while. So go through. If anyone catches your eye, come visit us today or give us a call if you want more information. And hopefully by this time next week, we'll have a little more wiggle room when it comes to kitties.
No kidding. So what's the deal with, I see some of these cats, or I guess it's like a little pink, is it like a cone for them so they don't, like they had something done to them or something like that? Like, like the dog has the cones on them. These cats do too now or something?
Yep. So if they've been spayed, all the animals will be spayed and neutered before they leave. So some of them will be still wearing those cones for their photos, which some are pretty cute.
I'm sorry, I love when animals are in cones. It's so cute. Like when dogs are in cones, so cute.
Yes, and the cones are coming a long way. They've got so many different types now that make the healing process a little easier on the animals. So yeah, we've got quite the collection of cones.
Got cat Hurricane is the name of this cat.
Looks great in that cone.
He's got a silver one. He kind of looks like a spaceman.
So cute.
Yeah, there's that. We've got Indica, who's a little kitten that we believe had, maybe been hit by a car in the past.
Oh, my gosh.
It's kind of a special adoption. So there's tons of fun little stories there that you can learn about and lots of deserving animals.
Oh, the little kittens.
So cute.
Root beer.
Yeah.
Oh. So cute.
Okay, well, you got to check it out, animalallies.net, and stop by and see you guys. Good luck, Nicole. Hopefully you talk next week. You have a little bit less on your hands.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nicole from Animal Allies here on B105. 811 on the Breakfast Club. We have a chance to win cash with that cash cow code coming up next. B105 Breakfast Club, Ken and Lauren. Today we're about 58 degrees, a little cooler than what we've been seeing. But this is a real life story of a real life Lieutenant Dan. Mm-hmm. So remember the scene when he gets a shrimp boat, right? Mm-hmm. And he's not catching any shrimp. This is Forrest Gump.
Yep.
And then one day Lieutenant Dan shows up on his dock and says he'll be his first mate if he ever, So he honors that promise, and then the hurricane hits, right? And they ride out the hurricane in their shrimp boat.
Okay, now I get where you're going with this.
So Hurricane Milton's on its way. Hurricane Helene just went through this area. There's a real-life guy. He's on TikTok. He's an amputee, and he calls himself Lieutenant Dan, a real-life Lieutenant Dan. And he rode out Hurricane Helene in his boat. He lives on a boat in Tampa, and he's planning on riding out Hurricane Milton on the same boat, which, people are obviously worried about that. But he's got a lot of followers, over 100,000 followers on TikTok, and he's going to be riding it out. So something to check out, I guess.
I mean, okay, everybody can do what they want to do, but I also feel like, let's take the warning seriously. I mean, there was a meteorologist crying on TV saying this is going to be like the worst hurricane ever.
There's some saying it's going to be the worst in 100 years.
Yeah, so I don't know why this man is riding it out on his shrimp boat.
Well, he refuses to leave. It's not even a shrimp boat. I think he's just in a houseboat.
Or like a dinghy.
Yeah, he said that I'm confident in my ability to ride it out. And then he says, unless it turns into a Wizard of Oz type situation, I wind up in Kansas. Okay. Well, and he also said that God didn't bring me this far for something to happen to me.
Right.
So if you want to find this guy, see him ride it out. I'm wishing the best for him. I don't know. His name is, you can follow him, JCJAY, C as in the ocean, SEA 331.
Okay.
You can find him there. So
all right.
We'll see if the real life Lieutenant Dan can ride this one out, but everyone else has been supposed to be evacuating, and they're like saying, hey, get out of here.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess to each their own, but hopefully he doesn't need someone to come rescue him.
John Party for Lauren. Dirt on my boots, B105. It's Breakfast Club with Ken and Lauren. Okay, Lauren, give us a good story here.
Okay, so actually, Brantley Gilbert is our angel today, of course. He was at Bayfront Festival Park over the summer. We've had a lot of country stars doing a lot for Hurricane Helene. Dolly Parton donated $2 million. We have Luke Combs and Eric Church putting on like a huge stadium show later this month for hurricane relief, and just so many other examples. And you can read about those B105country.com. But I saw this last night. Brantley Gilbert, he's on his Off the Rails tour, and he said for the rest of the tour, tickets are only $15. I'm going to give proceeds to benefit Hurricane Helene relief. And then he's also going to set up donation locations at each tour stop to go to those affected by Hurricane Helene. Probably also, those impacted by Hurricane Milton as well. But yeah, he's just like, I am going to slash prices of tickets. I'm going to give a good chunk to hurricane relief.
That's
and, good. And also just, it might seem like a little thing, but to set up like a donation location, that just makes it so easy for people to donate if they're going to a show, so... That is our angel, Brantley Gilbert. Love seeing the country music world giving back. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy how the Appalachian Mountains got hit so bad by Hurricane Helene? You never really think of like interior, it's not like it's on the coast,
Right.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's the destruction that happened there. And then Milton coming through like we were just talking, Fortunately, I guess if you want to see any silver linings, at least it looks like it's going to go across the Florida Panhandle and not back up to where
right.
Those areas in the Carolinas were. Let's hope not. But I mean, they're saying that with the high tide, this could be very much like a Category 5 when it hits Tampa, even if it's just a Category 4, which Category 4, nothing to joke around about either, of course.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But, well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And Brantley Gilbert, our angel today. Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you, Ken.
Brantley Gilbert's a nice guy, too.
He is,
I met him once. He was a really super nice guy.
Super sweet.
Yeah. Thomas Red, Die, a happy man on B105, Northland's #1 for New Country. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll have more codes for you, too, coming up at 10:20. Joe
and
Dangers,
all day long.
Yeah, all day long. We'll be here and on top of it. And Joe Dangers in next. Sorry, I got to quit now. Lady right now with Hang Tight Honey on B105.